So, good morning people. We're just back down where I keep the spare headers for this Model C headers. These are. We're on about building a shed down here, so we might be putting a shed in this area here where I can keep the combines, which would be nice. I'm going to probably keep renting all my sheds for as long as I can. So yeah, I've got a shed up at Loughborough, and that I rent, and I've got a shed down here that I rent as well. And Stuart's thinking about moving out, but hopefully not. But if he does, I might try and continue there as well, just because then I've just got options open. Although it's for extra money, I can always put stuff, for the money I can always put stuff in there, buy and sell combines. It's starting to rain. Look, never mind. But anyway, gonna pinch this header, take it away, and gonna salvage the auger. It looks quite good in this one, so it's hardly done any work, but I think then it'll be a case of stripping down and then stripping it down and just getting rid of it. Keep what I need. Mind you, it can always just stay up at Luke's, but I want to try and salvage this. It's pretty good. Just need just give a brush down and that, and just check over. But see, the one in the sea is bent, so we might as well just use this one for what it's worth. It doesn't look like it's done much work, to be fair. And yeah, just maybe salvage some bits, and then I suppose really it's a case of just ripping the bits off that we can keep and just chucking the rest away, because it's, there's no point getting too excited about the carcass. That as well, we're going to I'm going to take this because there's a reasonably good chain in there. Going to use that sprocket because Luke noticed the sprocket on the sea was a bit worn. It's actually hailing. Yeah, I'm going to take this with me. Yeah, so a little bit of work to do today. Going to get on it. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that auger. It's actually better than I remember it. But at the very least, what I want to do is get it out and fill it with oil, spread it, just to preserve it. It has been undercover most of the time, actually. So hopefully it's straight, and hopefully it's still good. And if it is, we'll put it in the sea, hopefully this year, because it wouldn't take long to do. It would take, it's a day's work to get it in, the old one out and the new one in. Might as well get that one out, put new bearings in it and everything, and then just fit it in. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that other one. We'll keep it as a spare, in the sense it's not causing massive problems, but it is bent. And I think realistically, just for the sake of just causing extra stress on the rest of the header, the good parts of the header, it's as well to keep a straight one, because obviously you've got a bent auger and it's pushing and shoving everything. So yeah, we'll just get on with that. I'm glad I kept that one. In fact, I'm glad I kept both of them, really. That other one at the back's not very good. It's not very... It's been sat, even though it was in a shed, it had been sat in an open shed for too many years, and it's... because it hadn't been kept clean, the dirt all accumulated, just rotted away at it. So there you go, that's the trailer we're going to use in a minute. So, on you go. Do you want, I'll tell you what, I didn't realise it was quite that long. What I'll do is, I'll loop it through, I'll shorten it. 2 seconds. Fucking hell. That's heavy. So, as you can see, finally got it on there. We had to reposition ourselves because I fell over because it was too heavy for me and it put me in the dirt. But never mind, it's on the trailer now anyway, so off to the farm where the Model C is. As you can see, it's pretty good. We've got the elevator loaded up. We've got the header loaded up. Yeah, it was quite impressive. Hello. So like a train coming. Yeah, so there you go. Looks like loads of water in there. Look at that. Water coming out there, look. Yeah, look at all that water in there, look. That needs to get... See all that flowing out of there, look, that crease. That's not good, is it? Wow. Need to get that sorted out somehow. Need to get that out today and get that cleaned out. Because I don't want that water sitting in there forever. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. See, what happens is that you've got like a plate welded in the middle here somewhere, there and there, to hold the centre. You've got an eccentric here, so you've got this. The shaft goes along the middle in this bit, and then about here it jumps out a bit to make the eccentric so that these pop out, because these run on the eccentric. The shaft in the middle doesn't turn, it's held straight, and the auger itself spins round the centre shaft. The centre shaft holds still, and this spins round. And there's like, in a sense, you can see it coming there. Look at that. See it pulsing? There's like a pool, I reckon there's like a pool of water in there. It'd be as well to get that out today if I can. But thankfully it's not rotted through. It's still alright, so but we need to get that sorted out as soon as possible and filled with oil. Glad I got to that, because that water in there will rot through that in no time. You know, it's probably been like that for a little while now to get all that water in there, but you know, I'm glad we've sorted that and found that. Yeah, so there you go, look. Today's mission, look. Good. We're getting there. There you go, look. We've got that off of there. Little screw on there. We've got the the adjuster off there. So that there, that shaft goes through the centre of the auger and holds the eccentric shaft forward, so that the auger tines poke out at the front and sort of roll round and pull the straw in. We've got this bearing in, got a little keyway there we've got to knock out. We've got to take that off, try and get this bearing off, and this flange here, and there's like a stub shaft that bolts to the auger, and then we can take the auger out, and then we're cooking on gas then. It's yeah, it is what it is. It looks like a pretty good auger, so we're getting on it right. I think even when we fit it, I think our best bet is to put new bearings in it with the shafts, and just make sure we got new bushes and everything on the fingers and everything. Yeah, but obviously the one we've got on there ain't too bad, but I think if we can get this one in there at some point, we're doing well. So the bearing is a little bit tight on the end because obviously it's been sat up a while. The rest of the auger seems alright, it's full of water, but you know, we're going to cut the bearing off the end, knock the bearings out the centre and let the water pour out of it, stand it up and fill it up with oil so we can sort of like preserve it. But yeah, he's cutting the end off it, he's just cutting the bearing and the lock collar off of it so that we can pull it off the shaft because it's stuck on. There you go. So the auger's going for wheat, as you can see. So yeah, it's a bit of muddy water coming out of there, look. There it is. Yep. Fortunately we caught it before it rotted away too much. But yeah, pretty good auger. What we got is, so these bolts here held this stub shaft in the end here, and this, see how that flaps about. We had to smash the bearing off there. What we do is cut it off. When we put this auger in the main header that we use, what we'll do is we'll put this stub shaft in the hole here and then feed the auger in, because the other shaft, the other side, is actually part of the auger. You can't take it off, it's actually integral to the auger. So you feed that part in first, and then you let that roll in with this stub shaft already in place, and then you bolt the stub shaft in. Obviously, first of all, what we'll have to do is take it out, put it on trestles, and bolt the stub shaft on it and let it roll, and just look down it to see if it's, because if it's bent there's no point. We don't want to put it in if it's bent, but if it's perfectly straight it's definitely worth doing. We'll redo the bearings and make sure everything, you know, we'll put new bushes, new tine guides and all those things in to make it fresh and nice, and we'll put it in the new one, in the combine that we use and the header that we use, and then all the leftover stuff that we don't need we'll just scrap. We'll just weigh it in. But yeah, look, yeah, it's gone pretty well, to be honest. No complaints, apart from I have lost, or I can't find it. I've put my bearing puller set in the van without closing it properly, and one of the yokes has gone missing. It's definitely in there, I'm sure of it, it's definitely in there, but I can't find the double yoke, the sort of like twin yoke instead of the triple yoke. And yeah, I don't know where it is, but there you go. A bit annoying. I should be more careful with my stuff really, but yeah, it's just one of them things. So okay, going all right. I was catching a while. We got it stood on its end, look. So all the water, try and get all the water out of it. It looks quite good so far. Need to put it on trestles. I can't see any bend in it as such, but we'll put it on trestles and hold it up straight. I'm pretty sure it's good. You know, if you look down it, it looks pretty straight, so it's good. It doesn't look like it's done much work. The watsits are pretty good, so that one needs changing. But you know, we'll see. We'll have to test it. It's starting to go on to be dark now, so I'm going to get rid of this header. But at least we've got the parts here today anyway. We've got that sorted. You know, it wasn't something we were planning on doing. But I'm thinking, you know, rather than let it sit there and rot away down the farm with all the water in it, we might as well get it out and use it. And then the other one we'll get out and we'll wax all the old bent one, and we'll just leave it stored out somewhere, you know, cover it, wrap it or whatever, and make sure it's wax oiled so it preserves it, and we'll put that one in. And I'm glad we did, really, because, you know, the amount of water in there, unless I'd have got it out of the header like I did today, we never would have got all that water out of it. So, you know, it's all good. On we go with it. It's looking good. Yeah, happy with it.